remember my previous videos, I come from a woman perspective, all about saving money, and I was kind of looking at the schematics going before, and the business plan to Stellantis, formerly known as Dodge, and I was just kind of giving my opinion on why I think the company is in the crap that it's in. But hopefully, I think that Dodge is literally listening to the consumers. Overall, I think the demise or the issue with Dodge was they were making vehicles that people who actually love the brand could not get into. So I said that in my previous video when I dropped off the car to Jordan. And that's very unfortunate, because if you have a product, you want to be able to make sure that your consumer can afford your product, right? Because they're the ones that's going to keep you in business. And I think over the years, Dodge lost that. They went away from that concept of, we're going to build good quality cars, we're going to build V8 cars that people love, and all of a sudden, they were trying to hype up the prices. And I think that was one of the major issues, because people couldn't afford it, right? But I'm a follower of OC Motivator. I really enjoy his content, and I like looking at his content. People have their opinions, but I really think that if anybody on the social media platform who is, like me, who's going to do the research, who knows how to articulate things, who literally puts the brains behind the videos, I think he's the male version of me, 100%. And I would, I'm aspiring to be like him, to be successful, with my channel. But shout out to him, because I think he brings good content. And I know a lot of people were saying, that he's just being negative, and I don't think he's being negative. I think he brings a lot of valid points. And one thing in this industry, and I'm going to be very clear, yes, I would love, and this is for anybody futuristic speaking, and I might be burning my bridges, but that's fine. I would love to be the ambassador of Stellantis, right, or Dodge. And I'm going to just put that out there. So if somebody is watching me, please hit me up. But what I won't do is I won't lose my soul. Okay, so I am not going to be one of these to sit here and promote a product or a brand if I don't believe in it. Now, I am very passionate about Dodge, Stellantis, because I think they have potential. If they did not, they would not have been around for years. I mean, they were the forerunners of the muscle cars that we have learned to love over the years. So you cannot dismiss the history that goes behind Dodge. Now, I do believe their business approach, and Carlos was a huge setback for this company. But I really think that onboarding Tim back on this, getting the new CEO, I think that we're going to see a pivotal shift. That being said, I do believe in this brand. I am very passionate about this brand. But I will give you the ups, the downs. I will give you the pros, the cons, the positives, and the negatives. I will never sell myself just for $1. So a lot of people were making comments saying that I was sitting here basically, kissing Stellantis's behind. And that's not the case, because I didn't get to where I got to in life kissing somebody's ass or playing in somebody's sandbox. But I do believe these vehicles have been excellent. If Dodge sits here, or Stellantis nails the prices on the heads, this is going to be a fantastic company. And I think they are basically mitigating, and they're going to learn from their mistakes, and hopefully time will allow them to recuperate the losses that they had with Carlos. I think there is room for this EV, but if you go back to previous videos, I said that instead of coming out with an EV initially, they should have came out with an inline 6 first. It should have been slow walked for this EV. That being said, because of the company not basically preparing for the EPA regulations, they were thrown in a corner and they had to come out with an EV. So the EV was rushed. That's why we're having a lot of software issues. That's why we're having a lot of issues with these EVs. But I do think that EVs, there is a market for EVs. And I do believe, contrary to a lot of people's opinions, it will draw in a new type of demographics to Dodge, because there are a lot of people who are interested in this EV. Initially, I was not about EV, and that was more for environmental benefits, or I guess the safety of, what they were promoting that EVs do for our environment, and that's bull crap, and I still say that. Hopefully technology will continue to advance, and we will be environmental friendly with these batteries. But in saying that, I looked at OC Motivator and I just found out that they are going to potentially, hopefully, because it's not 100%, out there, but they are going to potentially bring back the Pentastar. And for everybody knows, that's the 3.6 liter. That is in the GTs, the SXTs, and I think that is a fantastic move. For everybody who just seen my other videos, you know that I just purchased my son, me and my husband purchased my son a GT 3.6, and we're already talking about pro charging or turbo, putting a turbo on that bad boy, and that's the fun of it. And that's what OC Motivator was saying, and I 100% agree with him. Growing up, we grew up with neons, right? We grew up with the cars that we thought were oh crap, because our money was tight. But we enjoyed these cars. If you weren't a Mopar person, you grew up with Altimas. These cars gave us the love and the passion that we have, and made us who we are today. And, we are happy that we are able to say, we are in the V8s. We are driving these electric vehicles. But the foundation started when we had these darts, when we had these neons, when we had when the Chrysler 300 came out. Oh my God. I mean, when we saw people, we just knew moving on up, like the Jeffersons, right? So bringing back this engine, I think this is fantastic, because not only is it going to allow, like in my case, my kiddo who is going to college be able to experience what we experience, right? You're getting thrown into the game. You're allowed to get this car. You can afford these cars. And then you have the potential to build these cars up. And you look at it from the previous design, the older design, to now. So it's like a new generation, right? We are basically going to be able to empower our next generation. Like, here, this is why we love these vehicles. And I think that is a fantastic move that Stellantis is doing. And I think that it's going to be promising, because it's going to start sparking that love, that passion for these vehicles, get people back in these vehicles at an affordable price. Come on, Dodge, work with me, or Stellantis, work with me. And then it's going to spark their love. They're gonna be like, you know what? I want a 5.7, or I want a 6.2, I want a 6.4, I want a V8. I want to get to that. That's my goal. But you get to not only experience that, right? Gotta charge my car, hold on. So when Dodge or Stellantis, I need to start saying Stellantis, but when Stellantis decided, hey, or if they're deciding, we're going to bring back the 3.6 liter, I think that's a fantastic opportunity to get people, newer people, hear the airplane in the background, hold on. But you get newer people, younger people who are able to afford this car, be able to fall in love with these vehicles. And you want to increase their love for these things. They become passionate about it. You know that you're going to have a returning customer, right? And that's your goal. You have a returning customer. They're going to spend more money in your product, and they're going to continue the journey where they're going to end up ultimately getting a V8. That is the goal of a company, and I think that is a fantastic approach if they decide to follow through with this. In my earlier videos, when we were talking about having small compact cars, mid-size cars, I think that this is the basically hitting that nail right on the head, getting a 3.6 in these vehicles. I think that they're going to do fantastic, because if you look at the data, you will know that the 3.6 liter engines were the most lucrative when you're looking at cost and you're looking at sales. This outperformed. I mean, they were doing fantastic with the 3.6. So I think the history already proved that people are going to buy this car. Now, again, they have to nail the price. But I think that they are smart enough, and they are already cautious, and they already know, hey, we can't make the same mistake. Now, everybody talking about the inline, I think going in with the 3.6, they're going to offer the inline, and then I think there is going to be room for the EV. But when you start looking at the inline 6, I mean, look at how much it costs to make this vehicle. The price tag is going to be higher. So again, that supports my theory, what I said in previous videos, getting a 3.6, getting a cheaper car, allowing people to do that. They're going to increase sales, increase revenue. Then they're going to sit here and make more money so they can put their efforts into these new vehicles, these new V8s. I think, again, this is fantastic. I want to say, whoever's sitting on the round table, good job. Continue doing that. And I really sit there and think that your company is going to basically redeem itself. That being said, I just wanted to kind of put my couple of cents out here, but I was very excited when I was looking at OC Motivator's video, because I really think that Dodge, or Stellantis as we know it now, has a potential, has a chance to redeem themselves. Let me know in your comments, your thoughts, what you think, how they should approach the upcoming markets. Do they think, or do you think that the 3.6 is the way to go? If not, what do you feel? Do you feel, because a lot of people I talk to really don't want the TRX. You know, that's another thing that's hot on the market. So just let me know your thoughts on what you think should be the approach. Do you think it's going to be successful? But overall, I can actually say that I'm very excited about the potential if they bring back the 3.6, because I think that this is going to be the money maker for Stellantis. And I think that this is going to allow them to be able to continue investing in not only the V8s, but I think that they are going to sit here and be successful in continuing to do further research for this EV. Because I am going to be a strong advocate for this car. Like I said, once the complete softwares are out of this car, and people who decide to purchase this vehicle after, you know, us, the alpha testers, the forerunners to this vehicle, you're going to have an excellent car. It is going to be reliable. The software, like I said, since the software update, I haven't had any issues. Since the battery was changed, this car has been perfect. Now, again, I will keep you updated, because I know there's more softwares coming out there. But my overall opinion, from one person who really was 100% against EVs because of the safety and the environmental aspects, to now sitting in an EV, I can tell you that this is an excellent car. And I'm so happy that I decided to challenge my beliefs and actually try this EV. And I encourage people who have the money, who have the opportunity, try the car, because I think you will really love the car. I believe that once the software is out, it's going to be a very safe car to drive. And I am speaking from a mother. I am speaking from a wife. I mean, you're going to the groceries. It's so much easier. I mean, the trunk is huge. I keep talking about this trunk, but it's the little things with when you have kids and when you're a mom. Oh my God, the space in here, being able to kind of transport your kids. We're not worrying about they're scuffing up your seats because they have room. Overall, fantastic car. But anyway, let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you later.